Hello everyone, my name is Kim, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Extreme Rules 2021 review. Really quick, I want to apologize for this coming out a little bit late. As you guys can probably hear from my voice and probably heard in the Hitman 3 video today, I'm still sick, a little bit, just a little bit. Not too bad, but you know, just enough to really have issues with talking where my throat's still kind of clogged up, my nose is still a little bit stuffed, but for the most part, I'm feeling a lot better than I was the past couple days. So this will be really nice to kind of get this done and over with really quick. But yeah, hopefully everything will be picking back up on the channel this week as I'm getting over being sick. So yeah, let's start with match number 1, Liv Morgan versus Carmela. Prediction was Morgan for both myself and Jesse. Carmela shit-talked on the mic for like 10 minutes. She stopped talking and Morgan immediately attacked her from behind. She avoided getting her face kicked into the turnbuckle again, but she got drop kicked out of the ring. Super kick on the outside to Liv. Curb stomp, like double stomp thing to Mela in the corner for a 2 count. Mela screaming and throwing a temper tantrum because Liv kicked out at 2. Fans chanting, "Let's go Morgan." Carmela's booted up into the announce table. Morgan hits her finisher. Morgan wins. 1-0 predictions for both. 8 out of 10. It wasn't anything special, but it's still a really good match for both women in my opinion. And Liv won, so what's the complaint about really? Like, it was a good match. I don't know. It's a pre-show match. I don't really pay too much attention to pre-show matches most of the time, but this one was actually pretty good by the standards. Match number 2, we have a men's 6-man tag team match with the New Day versus Lashley Styles and Omas. This was a fight that happened on the pre-show, so they ended up making a match on the main card for the opening match. No predictions, obviously. Woods and Styles started off putting on a great match. Kofi gets tagged in. Lots of fast offense between the two of them. Big E comes in after a chop block to Kofi. Big E throws Styles into the corner so Lashley can come in, unleashing on Big E with big strikes. Unicorn Stampede on Lashley. Lashley rolls out as Woods and Kofi go for a tag move. Suicide dive is caught by Lashley. Woods helps take him down. Lashley unloads on Kofi, throws him across the ring, taunting Big E and Woods as he decimates Kofi. Omas is tagged in as Kofi is isolated from his team. Jesus Christ. My brain just fucking shut off for a second there. Kofi dropped face first with a stalling suplex. Styles comes back in. Styles accidentally punches the ref as he's kind of in the way of Woods as Styles is going to unleash on him with a lot of strikes. Lashley's in and sent outside, takes down E so Kofi can't tag him. Lashley's dominating Kofi until a reversal on the Dominator opens up a chance for Kofi to take control. Kofi avoids the Dominator again, gets the tag to Woods, who takes fast control over Lashley. Gets a shotgun dropkick in the corner. DDT is avoided. Woods still in control. Tornado DDT for a 2 count. Dominator to Woods for a 2 count. Big E is up, tagged in, and in control of AJ. Big splash, big ending is avoided. Uranagi to Styles for a 2 count. Big spear is avoided as AJ jumps up and elbows Big E on the back of the neck, sort of. It was like this sort of region. Back of the neck, back shoulders, whatever, you know. Kofi tags in, stomp powerbomb tag finish for a 2 count as Lashley breaks it up and tags in on AJ. Dominator for a 2 count as Kofi kicks out, sets up for the spear. Kofi hops over him, sending Lashley outside. AJ is sent over the top rope outside. Big E lifts Kofi up over the ropes, but Omas is out there and hits a big right hand to Kofi. Styles takes down Woods. Big E's dropped by Lashley. Spear set up. AJ tags himself in. Sets up for the Phenomenal Forearm. Lashley then tags himself in. The Phenomenal Forearm is missed. Spear to Styles by accident. Big ending is hit on Lashley. The New Day win 1-0 on predictions still. 10 out of 10. A great match. Something that hadn't been announced. It was just kind of thrown on after a fight on the pre-show, like I said. The New Day won after a bit of miscommunication between Styles and Lashley, which is always nice. It's always nice to kind of see these thrown together tag teams lose because they're not as familiar with each other as the established tag teams are. I really always enjoy that story, that vein of storytelling when it comes to WWE. It's very good. Match number 3, we have the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match with the Usos versus the Street Profits. My prediction was the Usos to retain. Jesse predicted the Street Profits to take the titles away. Really good match at the start. Usos focusing on the ribs of Montez Ford after what happened on SmackDown. Ford's dropped on his ribs on the top rope. Ford's being dropped with back suplexes, damaging the ribs even more. Trying and failing at the tag for Ford and Dawkins over and over as they're just inches away as Jay just keeps pulling him away. Jay goes face first to the ring post. Dawkins gets tagged in at the same time as Jimmy. Drops Jay down, splashes to each in the corner. Bulldog to Jay. Jimmy with a suicide dive. Caught, fallaway slam. Jay caught with a big right hand on the dive. Dawkins hits the twisting neckbreaker after a superplex. Gets a 2 count. Blockbuster after he says suck it to Jimmy, which was really fucking cool to see. Dawkins comes in, goes for the anointment. Usos with a tag move for a 2 count. Hip attack in the corner. Ford tags in as Jay isn't looking. The anointment is hit. Knees up on From the Heavens. 2 count off of that. Roll up for a 2 count. Tags Dawkins in. Up for the elevated blockbuster once again. Ford slowly goes up. Jay gets out and sends Dawkins into the ropes. Taking down Ford. Super kick. Tag. Uso splash for a 2 count. Jay comes back in. Gets sent over the top rope by Dawkins. Ford is tagged in before the Usos pull Dawkins out. Suicide dive. Front flip over the ring post by Ford. From the Heavens covers Jay. Jimmy breaks up at the last possible second. This is what really happens when you start to see these teams face each other so many times, like you have with the Usos and the New Day and the Usos and the Street Profits and pretty much the Usos and anybody. As you see them start to face each other more, they start to get really, really good at timing, and you can definitely see it here where literally the ref is just about to hit 3 and Jimmy breaks up the pin. It's insane how well these teams can start choreographing their matches the more they have them. And I love seeing it. I love seeing a match between two teams evolve so much. Like it evolves from just kind of this sloppy thing in the ring. I mean, granted, it's the Usos and the Street Profits. It's never going to be sloppy in the ring. But it evolves so well with where it goes. And I loved watching this match. This was probably one of my favorite matches they've had out of their entire feud. Jimmy's tagged in, double super kick taken by Dawkins for Ford, roll up after avoiding Jay, super kick to the ribs by Jimmy, tag to Jay, double super kick, tags Jimmy back in as they both head up top to splash. Uso splashes hit on Montez, and that is it. The Usos win. 2-0 for me, 1-1 for Jesse. 10 out of 10 on the match. Great match by both teams as per usual. And I cannot wait to see this lead to the Street Profits most likely taking these titles off the Bloodline bitches, as Pat McAfee so eloquently said on the Extreme Rules show. Lashley cuts a promo demanding Big E faces him on Raw for the title. It's a pretty good promo, not gonna lie. For Lashley, it was a pretty good promo. Match number 4, we have a Raw Women's Championship match with Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss. I had predicted Bliss and Jesse had predicted Charlotte. Charlotte had a cool like half Venom themed robe and attire. Alexa playing mind games with Charlotte from the beginning. DDT is avoided by Charlotte. Diving flip off the apron of Charlotte. Honestly, for the competitors in this match, it was a pretty boring match at the start. Not gonna lie, like both of them are very good in the ring, but this match is kind of boring. Alexa sitting up on Charlotte's shoulders, hits her with a Hurricane Rana, sending Charlotte face first into the bottom turnbuckle. Charlotte is still in control over Bliss. Moonsault misses, lands on her feet, and hits it standing onto Bliss. Natural selection. Bliss rolls through and front flips over Charlotte. Roll ups by Charlotte for 2 counts. Powerbomb covers 2 count. Code red by Bliss for a 2 count after avoiding the moonsault. Bliss heads up top, kicks Charlotte down, heads back up. Twisted Bliss misses. Figure 4 reversed into a roll up. 2 count DDT. Flair gets the ropes. Charlotte grabs Lily, throws her at Alexa. Alexa catches her. Big boot, sends her into the post. Hits natural selection. Charlotte wins 2-1 for both myself and Jesse. 10 out of 10. The match was honestly a slow burn, but ended up being really good near the end. I don't really think Charlotte should have won, but whatever. Flair then grabs Lily, tears her apart, throwing pieces around the ring. Bliss attacks her for destroying Lily, gets thrown under the announce table. Flair mocks the fans as she celebrates herself and leaves the arena. Bliss looks in the ring at the destroyed remnants of Lily and screams as she rips some of the extensions out of her hair. Thank you, Lily chants ring out from the fans, which was really surprising, as Alexa stands in the middle of the ring, before then screaming and walking out with the torn pieces of the doll with tears in her eyes. They had like an Alka-Seltzer pill in her mouth, which is why she was under the ring for so long, was to put that in her mouth. The problem is, they didn't think about the fact that she had just been in like a 10-minute wrestling match and didn't have a lot of saliva in her mouth and should have given her some water to drink before using it. Because Alka-Seltzer foams up in your mouth. So they were having it to show that she was like foaming at the mouth because of this, but it didn't work. She didn't produce enough saliva, so it just kind of looked really bad. It didn't really come out of her mouth, and it just kind of looked like spit. It was disgusting. I understand what they were trying to do, but it was failed in execution because they didn't really think it through. And the fact that she's just been in a 10-minute wrestling match, about somewhere around there, you kind of need to give her something to get the saliva back in her mouth so she can properly use it. Kayla comes up and interviews Paul as he's on the phone. He makes fun of her a bit, and it was honestly funny as hell. Paul Heyman is a fucking treasure. It was great. If you guys haven't, look, I'll say this: if you haven't watched Extreme Rules and you don't want to watch it because honestly it wasn't that great of a pay-per-view, actually I think I'm gonna go change my rating because I gave it a kind of high rating. We're gonna change that real quick. Go up. There it is. Go watch this segment at least. Just go watch Heyman and Kayla. They're fantastic. Everything they've done in the past couple weeks with Brock Lesnar being back and shit, it's been gold. I love it. And Paul Heyman is fucking awesome. So, that's Paul Heyman. Let's be honest. You guys knew he's awesome. Match number 5 with the United States Championship Triple Threat match with Damian Priest versus Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. Prediction was Priest for both. Priest destroying Sheamus immediately from the start of the match. Hardy dives down off the stairs, taking down Priest before Sheamus starts attacking Jeff. Kind of reigniting their feud from last year. Jeff and Sheamus going at it in the ring. Irish Curse backbreaker to Hardy. 10 beats of the body round is reversed at like 3 by Priest. Then Priest hits them, but Sheamus reverses at like 7. Dropkick from the second rope by Hardy to Sheamus. Can they ever just give us a full 10 beats of the body round anymore? Like, Sheamus always fucking teases us with it. Does it at like 5 and stops. But like, they gave us 10 total, I guess, about in this match. But still, like, come on, just let Sheamus hit all 10 again. I know he's a fucking heel, but still, it doesn't make sense that he stops it because the fans are chanting along. Like, you want to do as much damage to your opponent as possible. Why the fuck does he stop it? If he's a heel, he should really just say fuck it and go and keep going past 10. It'd be... I'm gonna stop because I talk about this way too much already. Atomic drop to Sheamus followed by the drop kick. Splash is reversed into a roll up for a 2 count by Sheamus. Whisper in the wind to both men for a 2 count on Sheamus. If you guys ever wondered why I hate Jinder Mahal and don't think he deserved to be champion, go watch his match with Jeff Hardy where he sold a Whisper in the Wind that was nowhere near hitting him, and the commentary then tried to have to sell it like he actually got touched by it or something. Look, Jinder, you should have known not to sell it. You're an idiot. Cloverleaf locked in on Hardy. Hardy gets the rope, but it's a triple threat, so does nothing. Priest saves Hardy and attacks the nose of Sheamus. Kick to the nose, goes for DDT. White noise hits on Priest. Hardy saves it. Twist of Fate. Priest goes for the Reckoning reversed. Dragon Sleeper is reversed. Twist of Fate to Priest. Hardy heads up. Sheamus sends him down into the ropes. Sheamus on up top. Does Jeff's taunts. Hits the knee strike to Priest for a 2 count. Bro kick is avoided. Double boot. Priest gets up and chokeslams Sheamus down. Swanton bomb by Hardy to break up the pin, destroying both men. Twist of Fate avoided. Roundhouse kick. Springboard roundhouse is caught by a bro kick. Sends Sheamus out. 2 count roll up on Sheamus. Brogue to Jeff. Sent out. Roll up on Sheamus. Priest wins. 3-1 on predictions. I'm going to lower that actually. I think I gave that too high of a rating. 15 out of 10. Honestly, it was a fucking amazing match. And holy shit, they really played with our feelings at the end there. Hardy got so goddamn close so many times just to have it taken away from him in the end. Give me Jeff as champ again, WWE, you fucking cowards. Or better yet, have Willow appear and have Willow be the goddamn champion, you assholes. Jeff and Priest showing respect to each other, doing the bow and arrow taunt together. It wasn't a bad match. I don't like that it ended on roll up in such a way, but like the match also really went in heavy with the false finishes and really made you think that Priest was actually going to lose this and that Jeff might actually win the title. Corey messed up a bit and said there's still a United States title match coming and a SmackDown Women's title match. No, Corey, there's a Universal Championship and a SmackDown Women's Championship match coming up. You fucking idiot. And then it was just silent after that. So I'm pretty sure they all just turned off their mics to either A, be scolded by Vince McMahon, B, laugh their asses off, or C, both A and B. Which I wouldn't be surprised if they were getting yelled at by Vince while just fucking sitting there dying because Corey fucked up so bad. Biggie cuts a promo on Lashley, making fun of him for crying about his knee not being ready. I'm sorry, but it was hilarious to me to fucking watch Lashley get fucking owned. Like, literally, Lashley's whole promo was like, my knee wasn't good and I wasn't ready for you to... Motherfucker, he announced it Friday that he was cashing in that Raw. You should have been prepared. You should have been ready. That is your own goddamn fault that you were not ready. He told you Friday on SmackDown, he said, I'm cashing in on Monday. Over the weekend, he said, I'm cashing in when I show up on Raw. On Raw, he said multiple times before the match, I intend to cash in, regardless of which one of you assholes is champion. I intend to cash in. Lashley has no excuse for not being ready. The knee, yes, I agree. The knee was not his fault. But not being ready is his own fault. Because he had multiple days to prepare for Big E to cash in. Big E then says he better be ready for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Because, well, yesterday, or 2 days ago. Because he accepted the match. That does away the take away the prediction I had going into this for the United States Championship. Because I thought we'd get Willow on Raw. So basically what I thought was going to happen, okay, this is a prediction Jesse and I were talking about before the match, is that Jeff would be pinned, because that's why we thought Jeff was in there, was to get pinned, unfortunately. We thought Jeff would get pinned by Priest. Sheamus would then attack Jeff after for losing the match. I've always hated it was a triple threat, I didn't get pinned. You still fucking lost the match. Yes, you didn't get pinned. So technically you didn't lose because of yourself, but you still lost the fucking match. Shut the fuck up. You still lost. Sheamus would then attack him. Jeff would cut a promo on, like, the screen, calling out Sheamus or some shit. Sheamus would be in the ring mocking Jeff and talking shit, and then Jeff would show up on the Titantron, and he'd talk to Sheamus for a bit, and then the lights would cut out, and they'd come back up, and Willow would be standing in the ring and attack Sheamus on Raw. But that didn't happen. Jeff did get pinned. However, Sheamus and Priest did in fact have a United States Championship match on Raw. Which, I mean, shit, if you're gonna have Willow pop up, might as well have it pop up in a no disqualification, no countouts match for the United States Championship between Damian Priest and Sheamus. Which is kind of bullshit. Jeff didn't get pinned. Why the fuck did he not get that one-on-one match? This is bullshit. Unless, like, I'm like thinking it's bullshit unless they have Willow pop up. If you guys don't know, by the way, Willow is a character that Jeff Hardy did in TNA. Before everyone says, oh, but that means it's copyrighted by TNA. No. As far as I know, it's not copyrighted by TNA, as Jeff Hardy was doing the Will-O-the-Wisp character back in him and Matt Hardy's promotion, Omega Wrestling, way back in the day, which technically means it should be copyrighted by Jeff Hardy. But I don't know for sure. Match number 6, we have the Smackdown Women's Championship match, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belaire. The prediction was Lynch for both. Becky asks for a handshake, Belaire tries to attack her, manhandle slams avoided, lots of quick pin attempts. Belaire's in control, hits a splash after a power slam for a 2 count. Drop kick to Lynch, she shit talks Cole on the table after he asks how she's going to handle this, which I thought was great. Becky using the long braid of Bianca to her advantage and taking control back. Bianca's still in control, both women down as the ref is counting. Delayed suplex a la Davey Boy Smith. Bianca taking control back with lots of punches. Excuse me. With lots of punches in the corner. Braid used that against Bianca again. Pulls Becky into a spinebuster with it. Becky in control, unloading on Bianca. Throws her into the steps. Leg drop for a 2 count. Manhandle slam reversed. Stalling suplex is reversed. Disarm her, like upside down disarm her. Bianca gets the rope. Roll out to the disarmer, still in. Roll up by Bianca for a 2 count, and McAfee mentions Justin Tucker's kick from the Lions game. Jesse got pretty pissed during this point in time, because Justin Tucker is the kicker for the Baltimore Ravens, who had a 67, 68, something, 67, I think, 66, something like that, yard field goal to beat the Lions with no time left in the game on Sunday, and Jesse's a Lions fan. It literally looked like they were about to win, and then this happened, like a fucking really long field goal got hit, and they barely lost, and yeah. I wasn't very happy about it either, because I don't like Baltimore. I would have rather seen the Lions win that game. As a Packers fan, I would have rather seen the Lions win that game. So yeah, it was very annoying. It got mentioned again. I wrote it down. You guys will see. Disarmer locked in. Bellaire nearly gets the rope. Bellaire gets her up. Sasha comes out and attacks Bellaire as she has Becky up for the kiss of death. Match ends in no contest. Lynch retains 8 out of 10. 3-2 on predictions for both. I'm not happy that the match on a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules ended by no contest. I'm not happy to see Sasha back because it's Sasha. I would have rather seen Bayley come back, honestly. I feel like that would have made as much sense as Sasha did. Sasha attacked both Becky and Bianca post-match. Backstabbers to both of them. It could be a fairly entertaining feud, but still I'm not super excited about Sasha being back. It's Sasha Banks. I've never really been a huge fan of her, so. And finally, match number 7, the Universal Championship Extreme Rules match. Roman Reigns versus the Demon Finn Balor. Prediction was Reigns for both. They finally actually gave us an Extreme Rules match on the Extreme Rules card. Which, yes, technically speaking, I know that a triple threat match can be used with Extreme Rules, with weapons and shit. But they didn't really use any weapons. They kind of just used their fists and shit. I think a few times a chair may have been brought out. But for the most part, it was just a normal triple threat match. There was just no weapons were used. Like, it's Extreme Rules. Don't make every match Extreme Rules, but for the matches that make sense, make them Extreme Rules. Like, you then made the Raw after the United States Championship match Extreme Rules. I love that the Demon got the second entrance in this match. Very much deserved, because his entrance is very much a spectacle in and of itself to see. Balor has like a badass spiked mohawk on his hair thingy as well. I love the entrance so much. Give me more of the Demon, please. Still a lot of smoke around the arena as the match starts. Balor's in control of Roman. Roman goes out and grabs a kendo stick. Roman turns around, and Finn isn't in the ring. He's like, where the fuck did he go? And then you see him over to the other side, and he pulls out like a kendo stick that has like 4 other kendo sticks wrapped onto it. He hits a big kick, and Pat McAfee says, the Demon channeling Justin Tucker. I love you, Pat. No table, says Roman Reigns. Lots of chair shots to Balor by Reigns. Balor reverses a chair shot and stomps down on Roman with the chair. Balor grabs out a table. Columbus loses their fucking minds. Drive-by dropkick takes Balor down. Fighting amongst the fans. Roman asked for a mask from Heyman beforehand and put it out. Roman fighting in a mask was one of the most insane things during this. Balor hits a crossbody on Roman through a table around the fans. Roman slyly takes the mask off as he gets put back in the ring. Like, literally, he got thrown into the ring with the mask on, and the next time we see Roman, the mask is gone. Like, he took it off while he was being thrown into the ring. My mans. That was awesome. Balor hits his DDT arm strike thing. Uranagi to Balor through the table for a 2 count. Pele kick to Reigns. Superman punch for a 2 count. Ooh, ah. Spear gets reversed. Sling blade. John Woo dropkick caught with a spear. 2 count with the low blow. Yes, that's right. Finn Balor hit the low blow on Roman Reigns. I love it because, like, it's been happening. That happening to him is literally a year in the making, because he did that to Kevin Owens when his title run started. So to see that happen to him, chef's kiss, beautiful. Coup de grace hits. The Usos pull Balor off of Reigns. Usos grab a table out and set it up. Usos try to slam him through it, but he avoids it. Takes Jimmy down into the barricade. Sling blade to Jay, followed by a powerbomb to him through the announce table. Spear through the barricade by Reigns into the Timekeeper's area barricade specifically. Red lighting comes up. The heartbeat from his song starts. Finn is anime powering up, and his lighting and music hits. Many chair shots to Roman Reigns. John Woo dropkick to Roman through the table. Sets up for the coup de grace. Stands up there for a long time looking like an asshole. And the fucking rope breaks as the red lighting and the smoke is all up in the building. Spear to Finn. Reigns wins through bullshit. 20 out of 10. 4-2 in predictions for both. Look, I don't enjoy the ending, okay? I don't. If you ask me, it was way too fucking dangerous of a spot to happen. Especially to put Finn in there. Because for those of you who are like, oh, but it was a cool spot. Yes, I agree. It was a cool spot. But here, let me explain why this was a dumb spot to do. 1, you have 2 very sweaty men who have been wrestling a match for about 20-ish minutes. 2, one of these men is wearing makeup, which runs with a lot of sweat. Granted, they probably have something up there to try to help it not run as much, but when you're wrestling for a very long period of time, it's going to run. We've seen it happen with literally every wrestler who's ever worn face paint, ever. 3, as this is running, it's probably running into his eyes occasionally. Hopefully it's not, because obviously I've done face paint. I know how bad it runs. I know how bad it gets when it runs into your face and into your eyes especially. It sucks. But then you add the red lighting and all the smoke while Finn's standing up there. Literally, his face was covered in smoke while he was standing there. And then you have the rope break spot, which could have ended really badly. Roman, he fell kind of weird too. I get why they did this. They did this because they wanted to save the Demon. They didn't want him to lose legitimately. They wanted this to be the reason he lost is because the rope broke, which we're probably going to have to be explained that Heyman fucked with the rope. But have we really learned nothing from Cash Wheeler getting his arm ripped the fuck open? Like, that wasn't even in a spot like this, but it still happened. The rope, the turnbuckle area is a dangerous place if you're not being careful. That's what that proved. He literally got the fucking hooks for that into his arm, and it fucking dug through it. I give the pay-per-view as a whole 3.5 stars. I actually had this at 5 originally, but then I went through it a little bit more, and I was like, okay, probably doesn't deserve that. And I put it to 3, and I was like, okay, probably deserves a little more. So 3.5 stars for the pay-per-view as a whole. Honestly, no match was that bad. I would definitely say the best was the Universal Championship, even with the bullshit ending, with the United States Championship being a very, very close second. Worst match goes to the Raw Women's Championship match. I don't know. It was not a good match for the two women involved. SmackDown's having a bullshit no contest ending was kind of shit, but for the most part, the match was really good. Raw Women's Championship match was really good, but like I think it got overshadowed by the angle afterwards with Alexa. And then Alexa's apparently taking some time off for months potentially. I'm assuming she just needs time off, and it looks like that gimmick's being written off, so she's going to be back to probably her normal self when she comes back, I'm assuming. But that is going to do it for this review, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of Extreme Rules 2021 down in the comments below. I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay golden. Peace.